For Morningstar, I'm Charest. The financial advice industry continues to see major changes, which have been covered extensively on Morningstar.ca. But it's not just the traditional financial advisors who are affected. Discount brokers also face their own challenges. Last fall, the Investment Industry Regulatory Organization of Canada proposed some new rules aimed at restricting the type of information that can be disseminated by what regulators call order execution-only dealers. To talk about this, I'm joined by Mr. Laurent Blanchard, President of National Bank Direct Brokerage. Mr. Blanchard, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Now, to start with, can you please describe what the authorities are proposing?
The authorities, the regulators, just sent us a white paper last November to reflect on the kind of tools that are available for online investor. And just so you know that the business model was launched in 2000, so it's normal and it's common nature that regulator will ask question about what is being proposed in terms of value proposition, in terms of tool to investors. So it's they sent us a white paper, and we sent. I think that most of the online brokers sent an answer by February, and we are waiting for an answer. So to clarify about where to draw the line between an advice and what is an advice and what is not an advice.
One of the measures that in the regulators' proposals was to restrict the use of model portfolios by discount brokers. Now, is that something that would be a major hindrance for discount brokers to adapt to if this becomes the rule?
To adapt, I won't say that it will be a major constraint for online brokers to adapt, because we proved by the past that we can adapt ourselves easily. But it's over that. More than that, I would add that it's not. We cannot draw the line like that, saying that it's an advice, it's not an advice. We need to look at all the process when the client opened an account and when the client picked the portfolio and decided to invest his money into a digital solution. So it's not black, it's not white. So I think that really regulator, sent the white paper last November to make sure that we can sit down all together and make clarification about what is an advice, what is not an advice, and all the tools that are available, including robo-advisor, rebalancing tools, if they are advised or not. So we are at this point now. We're waiting for an answer from regulators at this point of time.
As you've alluded to, this is very likely going to be part of a much broader discussion with the industry on what exactly constitutes advice. What do you think, the first step was regulating the use of model portfolios. What do you think is going to be the next step?
The next step is they're going to send another a reply to our reply that we've sent earlier this year, and we will have some time to reflect on this and to talk. And I think that's going to be a broader discussion in the industry. So and at the end, some of the actual robo-advisor are enlisted as portfolio managers, some are enlisted as an advisor, some are not enlisted as an advisor. So we need to define what is an advice, what is not an advice, and at this point of time, I think we'll have enough information to commonly take a decision about what we're going to do with this. But so far, I would say that we must look at the process first to define if it's an advice or not.
And how can discount brokers continue to innovate and improve their services to clients given this regulatory framework?
I think that we won't stop to innovate, that's for sure, because if you look at the business for the last 15 years, it's a 180-degree shift. So I think we will continue to innovate. We must continue to have open discussion with regulators, and keep in mind that we are having this discussion with them. It's just that we want to make sure that offering a tools to an autonomous investor, we must make sure that the tools is well defined and won't give any clear advice about one specific stock. So it's always where to draw the line. But for sure, innovation is part of the client experience in the next coming years. So we won't stop to innovate. That's for sure.
Mr. Blanchard, thank you very much for taking the time to answer our questions today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And for Morningstar, I'm Charest. Thank you for watching.